My dream of becoming a YouTuber is dead. And this is not clickbait, this is not your big YouTuber says I'm quitting YouTube video and then 2 weeks later he uploads the next video. It's not. It's more an explanation of what is going to happen in the future here on this YouTube channel that over 40,000 of you subscribed to already. Let's start with the short facts. Why my YouTube dream is dead. This will be a more complicated explanation, but it's connected with the other 2 points. One of them is that my cameraman finished school last summer, and since then he's having his first job. A few months later he had his first girlfriend, and if you've been through this or you know some people in this situation, then you know that he has way less time for me. So I'm not able to film videos anymore because without my cameraman I can't make the same quality of videos that I used to make, or far less. But that's not the biggest problem with making videos. The even bigger problem is I'm running out of ideas. And no, I'm not that stupid idiot that repeats himself every time. I mean, YouTube Shorts, one thing to repeat yourself all the time, but long form content, repeating yourself all the time, way different story. So yeah, that's it. And now, let me explain it to you because, as you noticed already, everything is pretty much connected. Let's start with my cameraman. Explanation is pretty easy. He finished school, he started a job, he wants to make career, he also wanted to start his own business and also has his first girlfriend. And we used to film together every week in the winter, sometimes twice per week, sometimes 2 videos in 4 hours on the ice in a connected session. And those times were great. And this cameraman is, besides me, the most important person at Alpine Ice Freestyle YouTube. I have many important persons in my group, like Stefan, like Nico. Those guys I can't replace for the things they are doing, so doing events with me or making my youth work with me. And Ben is irreplaceable for me in terms of creating content, especially those tutorial videos, skate review videos. What this guy is filming and how this guy understands how I want to have everything filmed, it's irreplaceable. And he's doing that for like a very small amount of money, to be honest. I can't pay somebody who is even close to his qualities. And teaching somebody new those skills, I ask a few people, nobody of them sees himself in this position. So that this guy has less time for me is a very big problem. But at least the good thing is he said to me he will quit entirely. But after one winter of filming just once per month, which will make the videos that I have for next season way less than this season, at least once per month will continue in the future. So that's the good thing here. But the bad thing is that even if I have my cameraman once per month, which makes it 5 videos in the winter and 1 video in the summer season, is the problem that I'm running out of ideas. The thing is, I can make a lot of tutorials. Tutorials about many tricks, but you reach a point where all the tricks you can do are covered. And the basics you can do are covered. And some of my first basic videos, for example, there are 3 versions of the hockey stop tutorial. The first version was filmed on a GoPro. It was pretty crap. It's 7 years old by now. Still one of my most clicked videos, but the quality was shit. Second video, hockey stop tutorial, was filmed on the first big cameras that I owned. Yeah, it was good and it's my most clicked video at the moment, but still some of the details and some of the quality was not perfect. The third edition is perfect. I'm not able to make it better. Also, the second and the third hockey stop tutorial have different approaches to the explanations. So this is what makes those videos possible to repeat them 3 times. But other tricks, I mean, my first ground touch tutorial was shit, so a second one is filmed and will be uploaded next season. Okay, so 2 versions of this video. But the most tricks, especially the ones that are filmed on this camera and this camera, why should I film them again? Why should I do another inverted hawk stop tutorial? Because the inverted hawk stop tutorial already has like the best quality possible. And yeah, the most ideas that I have are now covered with quality videos. All the tricks that I can do and that I'm able to explain and they make sense for a video are already covered in quality videos. I even found myself doing tutorials this season where I did a trick that I'm not that good in, to be honest. For example, the sweep and brush moves. There are so many people that are so much better in this trick. And I was able to do it, but I still learned the trick while I was shooting the tutorial. For that, the tutorial looks actually good. You will see it next season because it's, yeah, already produced. But there are also some tutorials I filmed and then I looked at them, I looked at the footage and looked at the things that are in those tutorials and I'm like, does it really make sense to make a video about that? Is this video really having value for the community, for the people, for you? And then I tried to think about new videos, new video ideas. And to be honest, it's hard to come up with creative new ideas. As I said at the beginning, I'm not that guy who repeats himself all the times. So if a video works, I make like 10 of those videos per month. For example, my friend Tremix, he's doing this Michael Jackson video 2 or 3 times per week. But why should I do like 5 hockey stop tutorials per season? I mean, yes, the videos work, but for me, that's not the point. The point about YouTube, the point about making those videos is creativity and is to make something new, to make it in a bearable quality. And this is where we got to the third point now, why the YouTube dream is dead. I mean, let's go back to 2013. I was already interested in cameras and filming. A friend of mine, Benedict, filmed me on his phone, on his iPhone. Back in the day, 2013, it was the first iPhone that was able to shoot like 720p, I guess, or 1080 even. And seeing myself in that quality in a video edited with music like catched me. So I asked Ben if we should do more videos. And back in those days, I saw a guy called Devin Supertramp or Devin Graham. And he was shooting videos on the Canon, I guess 5D Mark II, Mark III, Mark IV, something like that. It was a full frame SLR or DSLR camera, like the ones you're watching through right now. But those cameras, this is like standard that they are doing this kind of quality 4K standard. But back in the day, this was the first camera with those kinds of sensors to be able to shoot 1080p footage. 1080p, I mean, during the World Cup in 2010, for the first time I've seen 1080p, so full HD on television. Still, like half of the televisions at home, they were not flat, they were like having this bulky back. And back in those times, like a few years later, the first person, okay, there were other people, but for me, that was the first person that was like a YouTuber, amateur, who brought this quality to YouTube. And his way of shooting with a full frame camera, as you're watching through right now, on a gimbal, or well, back in the day it was a glide cam, a steady cam, not even a motorized gimbal like the things that I'm using at the moment. Seeing this kind of quality on YouTube and a sport filmed with that, I mean, those videos were actually not too hard. Back in the days, they were incredibly hard. Rendering such a 3-minute video took like 5 hours on a traditional laptop. Now this laptop can do it in like 5 minutes. And his way of shooting, like, you just had action cam footage. So you just had shaky images that were blown out, they looked bullshit, and especially on the ice, the cameras were always like focusing on the highlights, that the highlights are not overexposed, so your faces and everything was dark and completely shaky. I mean, the only good GoPro video you could see back in the days was the trailer when GoPro released the new camera, because this was professionally color graded, professionally stabilized. Those clips looked awesome. But if you were filming with a GoPro, it was shaky as fuck and you didn't have a screen on the back, so you had to guess what you're filming. And this was the standard for freestyle ice skating videos, like digicam, digital camera videos in 480p or sometimes 720. 720 was already great at this time. Shaky GoPro footage also in 720, maybe 1080. And that was it. And then a guy coming with those qualities of cameras, shooting YouTube videos on them, stabilized. So clean shots of a trick displayed, stabilized in this quality. That was awesome, and that catched me. I wanted to do the same. But those cameras, R5 Mark, and not R5, 5D Mark III, no chance to afford those cameras. At the moment you're looking through a R6 Mark II with a 24mm lens, so this is like a 3,000 euro setup, and this is the R8 with the 50mm, so this, as those cameras were new of course, so this is like a 2,000 euro setup, this is like a 3,000 euro setup. So yeah, now I can afford those cameras, and now I'm here at this point where I can do what Devin Graham did back in the day on YouTube. YouTube was something when you had like 50,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers, you were a big name, and YouTube worked like you go to the platform, you check out for the latest videos of your favorite content creators, you were typing in their names and searching for it, and when you were subscribed to creators, then the starting feed showed you the creators you were subscribed to. That was YouTube. So everybody could decide what he wanted to watch on YouTube, and the algorithm was not really a thing. It was, you wanted to see content, so you searched for content, you typed it in, and then you watched the content, and then you were done, and you used this content to get inspired, you used this content to get entertained. It was more like watching a regular streaming platform that didn't catch you. TikTok, back in the day, it was still called Musical.ly, I guess. It was for stupid people to film stupid lip synchronized clips of themselves singing. So it was like people who don't have any creative energy or anything they could give to the internet, give to a community, was for them to behave stupid in front of their phones, and that's it. That was Musical.ly. Nobody gave a fuck about it. So yeah. Instagram was a place where you could share your photos. Instagram as social media were social platforms. So you subscribed to somebody or you followed somebody, you followed your friends and your favorite creators and your favorite football team and some celebrities you were interested in. That was Instagram. And also Facebook. Facebook was your friends. So in your Facebook feed, you saw what your friends were doing. You checked Facebook for a few minutes per day, then probably posted something yourself. And that was it. Videos on Facebook were not really a thing. And Instagram was a photo platform. So people at the beginning, Instagram was a photo platform. People tried to shoot photos. Okay, they just had their phones, but they still tried to get some creative shots. So those Instagram hotspots were burning up, because if you want to have a good photo, you go to a place that looks nice, looks interesting, and you're searching for the perspective to make it look best. Those Instagram hotspots were like, you already know the perspective, you just have to press the button. So it was for stupid people as well, to say it easy. And what's today? Musical.ly is now TikTok. And TikTok found a way to share content with people that is not entertaining, that is not socializing. It's not a social platform. It's about addiction. And addiction makes you stick to the shit you're watching. And Instagram noticed that with addiction, you have way more watch time, you have way more commercials that can be played, you can earn way more money. So Instagram became TikTok. And YouTube did the same shit. YouTube noticed that when you're watching long form content, at the end you're done. Or if you're watching entertaining content, you watched what you're interested in, then you're done. So they brought in shorts to not miss this addiction thing. And now YouTube is TikTok, Instagram is TikTok, TikTok is TikTok, Facebook is kind of dead. So every content you see on Facebook is basically something that is connected with Instagram. This is what TikTok did to the world of social media. It's not social anymore. How much content of your friends are you actually watching on those platforms? How many videos that you search for and that you want to watch do you actually watch on YouTube? You open the app and you got recommended what works, what is addictive. So you get shown some thumbnails with girls with big boobs in bikinis, or thumbnails of people rolling down glass bottles of stairs, or ASMR food videos. All of those things that waste your fucking time. And your time is the most worthful thing you have. And you lose it to that shit. Thanks to fucking TikTok. TikTok destroyed the world of social media. TikTok destroyed our attention span. TikTok destroyed the way we are consuming content. TikTok destroyed everything that used to be great on those social media platforms that are not social anymore. You're not watching the content you want to watch. You're not checking out what your friends are doing. You are addicted to your phone. And the only way to succeed on those channels, on those platforms, whether it's Instagram or it's YouTube or it's TikTok, the only chance to succeed there is being part of the addiction span. And even more, the bad thing is, it's not just about making the viewer addicted, it's also about making the creator addicted. If you open a YouTube video on your phone, check out, what do you see? Yeah, you see the clicks. Of course, clicks work for everybody. But do you see the subscribers of the creator? My phone, if I open a YouTube video, at first shorts are coming, and then clicking a video, you see the clicks, but you don't see the number of subscribers. But if I open YouTube Studio, the biggest number, the number of the subscribers, then the clicks, view time, subscribers, money. Those platforms, especially YouTube, it's not about making the viewer addicted anymore. It's also about making the creator addicted. One of the guys of my team that is kicked out by now, he started Instagram by copying Tremix Tim. I mean, Tremix Tim is a good friend of mine. I like to produce content with him, but I do it like 2 or 3 times per year. And yes, we're always doing the same shit. But for this amount that I'm doing it with him, it's fun. And then there's this little guy out of my team copying Tremix Tim, not even good. He's like an average freestyler, nothing special. He's nothing special at all. Yes, he's small. Yes, he's cute. But the way he does those tricks are below average. But he gets the numbers. And now he thinks like he's bigger than we all are because he has thousands of clicks. He really thinks he is somebody now because of the numbers. If this is not addiction, what else is addiction then? If not that shit. And also what addiction does to you. It makes you crazy. It makes you think things that are just not real, that are just not true. This guy got this addiction and friendships got destroyed from that. And he keeps thinking that he's something special. Bro, if you're watching this, your attention span is way too short to watch a video over 20 minutes. But if you really think you are somebody, make a freestyle event. Let's see how many people are coming to you. That's a difference between being an influencer and being influential. For all of you guys with those numbers that think they are special, no one of you is watching anymore. There's a difference. But on your phone, there is no difference. You see the numbers, you have the addiction, you're fucked. That's what I have to say. Do I sound like an old man now, saying everything was better back in the days? I don't say it was better back in the days, but it was better for me. It felt better. YouTube was something that motivated you to go outside because you were watching something on YouTube and then you went on the ice and you wanted to do it again. And now people with 14, 15, 16 years tell me they don't have time. If your screen time on your phone is over 2 hours per day, then you have time. You're just wasting it. You're wasting your life at those addiction platforms. And I don't want to be a part of this addiction. My motivation is still to bring people on their eyes, to show people something they can do, some places they can go to, or help them to buy their next skate. Because there you're bringing the people out, you motivate them for sport. If you want to be successful on YouTube nowadays, you need to be part of the addiction machine. You need to bring the people to the platform and keep them there. If you're not doing that, the platforms won't value your content. That's the reason why Tremix Tim, for example, one of my good friends, I don't want to say too much negative about him, but he's always doing the same shit, but it works. So he's part of this addiction round, and within 2 years he made 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. As I started with YouTube in 2013, that was my dream. And now look at the subscribers. You have to do a few clicks now, by the way, to see them, but it's like 40,000, 41,000-ish with content that takes more work to create one video than it takes him to create like 15 videos. But that's how this world works now. And that's not how the world works for me. So will I quit YouTube? Definitely not. I still like what I'm doing, but the fire is not burning anymore. The energy is not there anymore because I know the work that I'm doing will not bring me to the goal I have. Yes, I still dream of having 100,000 subscribers and maybe I'll reach that number one day, but I'll definitely put less effort into it, because even if you're having a dream, at the end of the month you need to pay your bills, and YouTube will never be able to pay my bills. For the first time in like over 10 years that I'm doing YouTube, or let's say since 2018 when I restarted YouTube, the channel is not growing anymore. Every year it was getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and this winter, the first time, it went flat. The view time, the clicks, and also the money I earn with YouTube. It's still not enough to pay my rent per month, but it was some kind of value that you get for your work, and this value is also decreasing. So even if my content is at its highest quality it ever had, it's valued less by this platform. So it's not my main priority now, because other people, other companies value my work, value the quality I'm working with those cameras, and not those shitty phone quality cameras. With real cameras, that's the good thing about YouTube, in the last 10 years, I learned a lot about quality, about cameras, about settings, about lighting, about everything. And this gives me the opportunity to still live my dream to make a living from making videos and making social media. But it's definitely not the way of becoming an influencer and living from YouTube. It's a more conservative way of shooting videos for people and then sell them to people. So yeah, I will continue doing YouTube, but there will be less videos from now on. Over the last years, I had a regular upload schedule of twice a week in the peak season, once a week in the winter, and once a month in the summer. Long form content, not shorts. I'm just talking about long form content. Starting from now, I can produce less videos for the reasons I just told you. So I will upload less videos. The next winter, once per week, maybe the second next winter as well. And then I will run out of the videos that are pre-produced, the content, the tutorials that are pre-produced. So it will become less. And this is what's going to happen. No, YouTube is not dead for me, even if the platform has changed in a way that it's not the dream. anymore. And just one example at the end, I have to tell you, my Budapest video was definitely not my strongest Budapest video. It was not filmed on a big camera, so it was raining all the time. I decided to film with action cams. Still on manual settings, I shoot everything in manual. Also those cameras are always running in manual mode because I know how to set up a camera. I don't need software and all of that shit and then thinking that this quality is good. I mean, the sensor of this camera you're watching through, or this camera, even my second camera has a sensor that is like 3 times as big as the 2 cameras are here. Quality comes from the sensor, not from the megapixels. You need less than 10 megapixels for a 4K video, so megapixels are also for stupid people. What I wanted to say is I switched to action cams because it was raining all the day. Still in manual settings, looking that the whites look white, that they're not overexposed, that the shadows are not underexposed. Maybe they were a little bit underexposed, but I did my best to get a great quality. I also had the FPV drone guy, I had the Mini 5 Pro drone in the air. Everything matched with the music, and at the end the edit was good. Not my best edit, but it was fine. And then there were other people doing videos. I won't talk about that. I just want to talk about one video that was shot on a phone. The colors looked washed out. The highlights were overexposed. And there were so many effects and transitions and everything in this video that no trick was clearly visible. It was over edited and filmed with a phone and looked that way. It looked, in my eyes, it looked not good. To be honest, it looked not good. And another thing that makes content addictive, that's what I forgot to say, emotions. People smiling, people, yeah, all of that shit that works. Like emotions. If you see somebody having a hard crash, it's funny. If you see somebody having a very, very hard crash, you're like, oh, you're shocked. And if you see somebody smiling, you're smiling too. That's emotion. That's also a way of making you addicted to your phone, to the content, and also flashy transitions, motions, and your eyes have to reorganize all the time to keep those short fucking attention spans that everybody developed with this shit content in attention. But still, this video was filmed on a phone. In my eyes, the colors looked shit, the highlights looked shit. It was just edited with too many effects, like completely over edited. And one of the guys that at my beginning of YouTube did the standard that I want to have today, so one of my biggest heroes in freestyle ice skating and freestyle ice skating videos, commented below this video, that's the best edit from Budapest. And that really broke my heart, because a person that in my eyes stood for the quality, the best quality possible in freestyle ice skating videos at the time where I started with freestyle ice skating videos, saying that a video that, sorry, but it's definitely not better than mine. It's just different and over edited and in some points way weaker. And this person, one of my biggest heroes, said that's the strongest video. And I know that he was watching my video. So I'm pretty sure if you take all the things that matter in a video together, my video was the strongest from Budapest, as in the last years. But probably nowadays, with the nowadays standards, it's not the best video from Budapest anymore. If this is the time, if this is how content, how YouTube works today, I don't want to be a part of that anymore. So yeah, as I said, I will continue with YouTube. I will do less videos. I will work more intense together with T-Blade. There's something really big and really cool coming the next season. Yes, I will do skate reviews. If I find inspiration for a good tutorial, I will do it. I will shoot event after movies. I will definitely keep this thing alive, because YouTube brought me where I am today. Without YouTube, after the death of my father and the bad years I had, I don't know where I would be without YouTube. So I will stay there, but I accept that nowadays YouTube is not anymore what it used to be, what my dream was, what I loved doing here, and I will adapt to it. I really hope that all of you that are still watching, and this is like 10% of you still watching, appreciate what I'm doing. I mean, I really thought I could keep up by doing quality content and then get more channel members and somehow earn money with quality. I have like 2 or 3 channel members. The channel membership is activated for like 2 or 3 years now. This is also not working. So YouTube is not working in the way it worked for me before. So my priorities shifted. I will continue doing YouTube. I will continue making videos. I will still do the videos that I like to do. If there's shorts with Tim, there are shorts with Tim. And if they are those kind of videos, there are those kind of videos. And I highly appreciate every one of you who is still watching. By the way, let's make a short insider. If you're still watching, comment 42. Let's say just 42. comment it down below. And also tell me your opinion. I'm really interested in the comments of the people that are still watching at this point. I mean, my audio recording is over 30 minutes now. Probably I can make the video under 30 minutes. If you're still watching, let me know your honest opinion in the comments. Comment 42, that's our insider now. I hope to see you soon on the ice or in the future on this YouTube channel. Thanks for your attention.